how's it going? This is Mike at All Things Fish, and I hope you're having a fabulous day. It's currently Monday, so I hope you had a great weekend. I had an excellent weekend, despite being on call for work. Things were fairly uneventful, which meant that I had the opportunity to go down to Omaha to check out the Omaha swap meet hosted by Rivers and Reefs, which is a local shop offering a wide variety of freshwater and saltwater stuff. There were some awesome vendors there. There wasn't a ton of foot traffic through the door, which meant those of us that were in the mood to shop were able to find some great deals. Now, I didn't necessarily go down there looking to buy anything, but fortunately for me, people were willing to cut some deals, and I ended up bringing things home that I didn't expect. I took some guppies and some plants and a couple other fish down there, and were able to move those pretty easily. But you guys are watching this because you want to know what I got from the swap meet, right? So we'll get to it here in just a moment. While I was down there, visited with my good buddy Pete from Pleco Pete's. I'll link his band page down below if you're interested in checking out that. He offers a wide variety of fish from L519s to shrimp, variety of bristle noses such as snow whites, green dragons, super reds, etc. Also spoke with Chris and Amy from Shooter's Fish Room. Always nice to catch up with them. And then Daryl, Ryan, and some other folks. So it was definitely a great day. Short-lived, only being about a 3-hour swap, but considering the crowd, that timing was just about perfect. As you can see here, the tanks behind me all have fish, but there's some empty ones over there and some empty ones over there, so we're going to fill those up. But without further ado, let's take a look at what we got. Fortunately for my wallet, I did come home with much less stuff than I took there, so put a couple bucks in the savings account for any future good deals that I happen to come across. So let's open things up. Large Cyro for not a whole lot, but it should be pretty cool. Now, my kid loves to go to fish swaps, which is great because I get to spend the day with him. He gets to help me with the table, and usually he asks for some change so that he can go around and do some shopping for himself. Now, he originally asked about a couple fish that weren't necessarily something that I could breed at this point in time. So I told him to go find something and he could start his own breeding project. So he went wandering around the tables and found a trio of red Delta guppies from Guppy Bar over in Iowa. So it's nice to talk with them at the swap meet. And if you haven't really attended a swap meet, sometimes it turns into simply, vendors setting up tables and selling stuff. But a lot of those vendors, fortunately, are willing to swap. So ended up making a trade, and Kiddo picked out a trio of 1 male and 2 female red Delta guppies. So those will go in a 15-gallon tank. Throw some guppy grass or something in there and raise those up, and that'll be his project so that he has something of his own to sell at the next swap meet. Decided that one breeding project wasn't enough, and although I've never personally spawned tetras, he wanted to try something else. He's 9, so folks are usually more than willing to talk to him, which is, again, another benefit of these swap meets. Everybody's super friendly. So he found Daryl, who had some pairs. It's a male-female pair of Congo tetras. So he started asking them. These are tank raised, so Daryl breeds them himself in his room. And after the kiddo came and asked me for $10 so he could pick up a pair of tetras, I decided I better look a little bit further into it before I just gave him the go-ahead. So I went and spoke with Daryl, got some awesome breeding tips. So we'll get these opened up in just a minute so we can get a closer look at them, and then that'll be another little breeding project. Like I said, I've never intentionally bred tetras, so this will be a learning experience for me. Speaking with Daryl, he broke it down pretty easy, gave some fairly simple directions, and I think we'll be pretty successful. Right across from Daryl's table was a gal by the name of Kat from Tales from the Crypts, who specializes in a lot of guppies and endlers. So we picked up, she calls this line Platinum Chili. And as you can see, this is derived from a straight chili line that she ended up getting some morphs out of that she was able to isolate and then reproduce. If you can see those guys in there, it's a chili endler. It's kind of got a platinum body, so I thought those were pretty neat. She had them marked at 2 trios for $8, so a steal. And then she is on her A game. She's got a label there, breaks it down, Rates of care at easy, minimum tank 5 gallons, which for endlers I think is fairly appropriate. She says she feeds them flakes and mini pellets, and then she gives a short description of the fish. Peaceful community fish, needs to be kept away from fin nippers, which, you know, these have some fairly delicate fins, so I can see that. And she comments that likes an addition of 1 tablespoon aquarium salt per 10 gallons. So I personally won't be adding salt to my water, but depending on your water conditions, that may be a good idea. So I picked up 2 trios of Cats Platinum Chili Endlers. While I was at her table though, I did a little bit of looking around, and if I'm going to keep the Platinum Chilies, why not go ahead and pick up a trio of her regular chili endlers to see how they compare. So the price was right. She had a trio marked at $5, which I think is more than a fair price for a trio of some awesome little endlers. As you can see, this is a traditional chili endler where the body is maybe mostly red and lacks that platinum body like in her platinum chili line. Additionally, she had all kinds of cool stuff, and I've got all kinds of small tanks to fill up, and the price was right. So she had an endler that I'm not super familiar with. This is a gold saddleback endler, is what she calls them. Again, gives a nice care guide there, and we'll take a quick look at those. Got that black saddleback and a gold body. It's like traditional natural type endler fins. So that'll be another tank full of fish to fill up. And last but not least, while I was at Cat's table, I picked up some awesome green Campona snake skins. So let's take a look at those guys. See the males there. Females, kind of a traditional silver endler body. The males have that snakeskin pattern, and then almost an orange double sword on the tail there. So super cool fish. But let's get these into some specimen containers so that we can check them out and take a closer look. Alright, so we've got some things in containers. Let's take a look now that we can get a little better view. See, the containers are a little bit dirty, and the fish haven't been bagged up for the last 2 days at least, potentially 3, depending on when sellers bagged them. We have the pair of Congo tetras. Now these are young. He said they're not ready to spawn yet, and he did advise to keep them separate, condition the female, which is on the right there with the less coloration, and then introduce them together. And he said he doesn't have a problem with them eating eggs. They are scatterers, so I'll throw them in a tank with a mop for about 5 days, and then I'll pull them out and see if we have any luck and repeat. So that's a male-female pair of Congo tetras. Beautiful little fish. Moving over, we have my son's selection of the red Delta guppies. Big male, clean fins, and the females in the front there, looking healthy. Slide over one to Cat's Chili Endlers. Now this is a trio, plus 1 extra juvie. I'm guessing it'll likely be a female. So 1 male, 3 females for the price. Can't beat it. Good looking little fish. And more Cat's Endlers. These are the gold saddlebacks, which I love. The blue dorsal contrast with that bold black saddleback, and then the orange body. You can kind of see potentially a single sword, maybe a double sword marking on the tail. Beautiful little fish. Now, despite knowing that these came from good sources, if I was going to introduce them to other tanks, I would move these fish into quarantine. However, these guys will have their own tanks, so they'll be separated from everything else to avoid transitioning any potential pests. These are the snakeskin Camponas. Again, kind of displaying a little bit of a double sword and that beautiful snakeskin pattern on the body. Looks like 3 males and a handful of females. So excellent little group for the price. Love that snakeskin pattern. And again, these will color up a little bit more once they get settled in a little bit. And moving on to the last group, we have the Platinum Chilies. So this is, like I said, from Cat's Chili line that just happened to start throwing platinum bodies. Gives that pink-purple sheen to it. I think they're beautiful little fish. and I'm excited to have them. I have no problem letting them occupy some space in my tanks for a little while. So I'll breed these and distribute them a little bit. And just a quick recap from the Omaha swap meet sponsored by Rivers and Reefs. We have the Platinum Chili Endlers, the Green Snakeskin Camponas, the Congo Tetras, the Red Delta Guppies, the Chili Endler, and our Orange Saddlebacks, which I'll be honest, these might be my favorite pickup. It's probably going to be a tie between these and the Platinum Chilies. So, super awesome fish, quick pickup, great prices, and it was a lot of fun hanging out and just getting to meet different breeders and talking to the vendors. So, if you can find a swap meet near you, I strongly suggest it. And it's always a good time. Even if you don't sell or buy anything, it's nice to just get out there and network and meet some new people. That's going to be it for today, guys. Quick little trip, about an hour and a half drive down to Omaha. Hung out with some of my friends, met some new friends, and really picked up some awesome fish. But I've got some work to do. I've got to fill up some empty tanks, move some sponge filters over, get these guys kind of acclimated to my water. I'll go ahead and test the water that they came in, see how they compare to something that I want to put them in. And hopefully we have good luck. They all look like healthy fish of all the fish I picked up. I picked them up yesterday. Today is Monday. I left them in the bags overnight. Everything was bagged very well, double bagged. And as you can see, some of the vendors choose to include polyfilter in their bags, which is a great idea just to help with any potential ammonia or chemical imbalance problems in the tank. So I'm going to get back to work. I suggest you strongly look for a swap near you to check out this fall. Cold weather is going to be upon us soon, and then swap season kind of slows back down a little bit. But that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below or message me, Mike@allthingsfish@gmail.com. And until next time, we'll see you later.